Now, we want to do task 4. Task 4 is a summary of data using numerical measures, which means we use measure of location and measure of variation, percentile, etc. to summarize our data. The first task is calculation. Measures of location such as median, sample, average, selected percentile for all numerical variables. So starting point is again the data sheet. So we want to calculate the numerical measures for age, for example, in this area. So to calculate average in Excel, just type equal average and then use your mouse to select the data you want to calculate. So from D2 to D301, then and hit enter. So you have average. Yeah. So this is average. Average. To calculate the median, it's more or less the same. Median. So you just type equal median and then use your mouse to select the data. But now I know it starts with D2 and ends up with D301. I can also type here and then I get median. Median is 42. So median age is 42, which means 50% of employees in the data are younger or equal to 42. 50% are older or equal to 42. To calculate the percentile, we calculate 50 percentile. 50 percentile is actually median. Yeah, because percentile means 50% of people are less or equal to this number. This is 50 percentile. So type equal percentile and then you need to select data. D2 double point D301, comma, then you need to give a number saying which percentile you want to calculate. So 0.5 for 50 percentile. Then you have exactly 42. If you want to calculate 25 percentile, which is also called lower quantile, then we do this in a similar way. Equals percentile, then D2 double point D301, comma. Now instead of 0.5, I need to have 0.25, which is 25 percentile. Yeah, if I want to have 75 percentile, so I will do the same. I will do here equals percentile D2 double point D301, comma, and now I need to give 0.75, and this is 75 percentile, which is 50. The other two will be minimum. So minimum is the same, just equals minimum, yeah, minimum, mean, just give a mean, and then number D2, D301. These give us the minimum. The youngest is 20. Maximum equals max D2 double point D301. So this is calculation of location parameter or the center of location. Now to do To calculate the measure of variation is the same. The most often used is variance. Variance. Variance, how do we do? Equals VAR, this is variance. Now you need to pay attention to, we have two options for variance. One is population variance, the other is sample variance. We always, with data, we always calculate the sample variance. So sample variance for age, then we know age is D2 to D301. These give us variance of age. To calculate standard deviation, we know standard deviation is the square root of variance. Then we can do this. Yeah. Or we can directly calculate the standard deviation. And if we calculate directly, standard deviation equals STD, standard, EV, and then the same, you have population standard deviation and sample standard deviation. We always calculate the sample standard deviation. Yeah, dot S D2 double point D301. This is our standard deviation. You see, two ways leads to the same result. And as a measure of variation, we can have interquartile range. So interquartile range, which is by definition the 75 percentile minus 25 percentile, which we have calculated here, will be 50 minus 32. This is interquartile range. And then we can calculate range. Range, by definition, is the difference between maximum and minimum. So 60 minus 20 will give you 40. These are the numerical measures.